has no edges. It bleeds into the water and the sky. And standing on the shore in the gray morning, I could not tell the earth from high.
It was in this borderless grey beauty, this Celtic in-between of land and light, that you came rowing out of nothing toward me, coming from the night. I rowed towards something I couldn't name.
The mist on Loch Corrib brought us together, wrapped us in its silver in between, showed us what no ordinary morning in an ordinary world had seen.
We are the children of the lake mist, born between the real and dreamed.
The mist on Loch Corrib brought us together,
and nothing
is quite what it seemed.
The Celts have always known the lake mist places as doorways where the sheath can pass,
where what is real and what is dreaming
blurs like breath upon the glass.
And standing in that misty in-between, between the water and the hill,
I met the one the mist had always known would make my heart stand still. She was standing in the thin place.
the mist on Loch Corrib brought us together, wrapped us in its silver in between, showed us what no ordinary morning in an ordinary world had seen.
We are the children of the lake mist, born between the real and dreamed.
The mist on Loch Corrib brought us together, and nothing is quite what it seemed.
When the sun burns off the morning mist now, and the loch reveals its clear blue face,
I still see the ghost of that gray morning, still feel that borderless grace.
and every time the mist descends on Corrib,
I walk back to that misty shore
and thank whatever stood between the worlds for giving me something more. She returns. I watch her from the shore.
There are mornings made for ordinary living, and mornings made for something else entire.
The mist knows which is which before you wake,
And draws its boundary between the fire.
do not sleep through every misty morning.
Do not choose the clear day and the dawn,
For it was in the gray and in the borderless
that I found I wasn't alone.
neither of us alone, not anymore.
The mist on Loch Corrib brought us together, wrapped us in its silver in between, showed us what no ordinary morning in an ordinary world had seen.
We are the children of the
and nothing is quite what it seems. Comes the first flame of the season, Brigid's sacred fire lit from the dark, a single burning thread of pure intention, one small brave and shining spark.
That is how it began between us, darling. One small truth on a winter morning, one look across the frozen field. That was spring's first warning. One look, that was all it took.
Burn us bright and burn us clean. Every sacred flame the Celts have tended burns for what we are and what we've been.
We are the fire between the hilltops. We are the spark in the long dark year,
burning bright and burning clear.
By Beltane we had leaped the fire
together, both of us laughing in the light,
both of us belonging to the old ways,
both of us ablaze that night.
The Beltane fire was lit between two hilltops, and lovers walked between the flames. And the old gods blessed what passed between the burning, and called love by older names. We leaped the fire together.
Burn us bright and burn us clean. Every sacred flame the Celts have tended burns for what we are and what we've been.
We are the fire between the hilltops. We are the spark in the long dark year,
burning bright and burning clear. Embers, and the year turns cold and slow. We are the coal that keeps its heat through winter, the buried fire below.
For what Brigid lights cannot be fully darkened, what Beltane blessed cannot be undone.
And every winter we have spent together has been one.
We keep our heat through winter.
Give me blessing on our heart fire. Give me Beltane dancing in the field. Give me Loch golden in the harvest,
and the first emboldened
snowdrop revealed.
For every Celtic fire that has ever burned was burning for a love like this. And every sacred festival of the turning year is this. This is what the fire was for.
Burn us bright and burn us clean. Every sacred flame the Celts have tended burns for what we are and what we've been.
We are the fire between the hilltops.
We are the spark in the long dark year, burning bright and burning clear. scriptorium, worked by candlelight through every night, pulling the endless thread of Celtic knotwork into the trembling light.
One thread gold, one thread deepest emerald, woven so completely into one that neither could be traced back to its origin once the weaving had begun. One gold thread, one green.
Thread of gold and green, woven past the point of separation. What God in Celtic art and ancient wisdom called illumination.
We are the page that never can be finished.
We are the line that will not end.
Thread of gold and green, two threads, one eternal bend. That gold thread is the morning that you bring me. The green thread is the growing that I do.
And the knotwork that we make between our living is something neither makes without the two.
Every time we've crossed and turned and doubled, the pattern has grown more complex and fine.
And what the illuminator drew in scripture breathes in yours and mine.
The pattern growing more beautiful.
Thread of gold and green, woven past the point of separation. What God in Celtic art and ancient wisdom called illumination.
We are the page that never can be finished.
We are the line that will not end. Thread of gold and green,
Two threads, one eternal bend. They say the Celtic knot is also armor, that wearing it protects the one within. That love woven in the pattern of the knotwork is the safest place to begin.
And I have worn your love like Celtic silver around the place where I am most afraid. And every interlocking loop has held me in everything I've made.
I hold her the way the knot holds.
If you could see what I see when I look at us, you would see two threads so intertwined that the boundary between your soul and my soul is the finest of fine lines.
And the monks who gave their lives to illumination were drawing this,
Exactly this.
every line a different way of saying
Love is all there is.
all there is, all that matters.
Thread of gold and green, woven past the point of separation. What God and Celtic art and ancient wisdom called illumination.
We are the page that never can be finished.
We are the line that will not end. Thread of gold and green, two threads, one eternal bend. yourself inside my silence and walk the unilluminated road. Most love requires the full moon's performance, the brightness and the beauty fully displayed. But you stood on the shore and watched for darkness and loved me unafraid.
I loved her in her dark moon.
Dark moon, full heart, you loved me through the dark. Dark moon, full heart, you kept alive the spark. When the silver had retreated and the night was only night. Dark moon, full heart,
You are my returning light. The dark moon is not empty, it is filling the way the tide fills from the ocean floor. And what you gave me in the dark moon season was room to fill once more. The Celtic women knew the dark moon's secret, that in the darkness everything recedes, to make room for what is growing underneath, for what the new moon needs. I gave her room to fill.
Dark moon, full heart, you loved me through the dark. Dark moon, full heart, you kept alive the spark. When the silver had retreated and the night was only night. Dark moon, full heart,
You are my returning light.
dark moon, full heart, you loved me through the dark. Dark moon, full heart,
You kept alive the spark.
when the silver had retreated and the night was only night. Dark moon, full heart,
You are my returning light.
now I rise above the mountain silver and cast my light across the sleeping Loch. And you are there below me in the darkness, steady as a standing rock.
For you who love the dark moon without flinching deserve the full moon rising bright.
And I will give you every phase I carry through every kind of night.
She rises, my full moon rising.
Do not bring me the love that only wants the fullness,
That only comes when everything is bright.
bring me the one who stands beside the darkness and calls it beautiful tonight.
The Celtic moon taught this to every lover who ever stood beneath her turning face.
That love in full includes the dark between the shining,
And that darkness has its grace. Her darkness has its grace.
dark moon, full heart, you loved me through the dark. Dark moon, sacred hillside, from the Burren to the Wicklow range. I pressed my palms to every standing stone face and waited for the strange.
Electric living pulse beneath the surface, the heartbeat of the ancient Irish ground.
I was looking for the thing that grief had taken, and hoping to be found.
The land felt her searching.
Every stone of the sacred land has held me. Every hill has been my healing ground. Every river running through the old ways is where I have been found.
And the one who sat beside me at the standing stone,
and did not speak or ask or try.
every stone of the sacred land has led me
to the love that caught my eye.
At Brunaboyne the earth spoke plainest, in the language of the banked and patient dead, that everything returns within the turning. That is what the ancient mound has said.
And kneeling in the grass outside the chamber, hands against the carved and spiral stone,
I felt the land receive what grief had broken, and I was not alone. I found her kneeling at the ancient stone.
every stone of the sacred land has held me. Every hill has been my healing ground. Every river running through the old ways is where I have been found.
And the one who sat beside me at the standing stone,
and did not speak or ask or try.
every stone of the sacred land has led me
to the love that caught my eye.
I am the Burren limestone after rainfall, covered in what looked like nothing growing, revealed at last as carpeted with flowers, beyond what any winter's knowing.
For the sacred land knew what the grief had buried, and brought it up in its own time.
And the one who walked these healing hills beside me has become my sacred shrine. She calls me her sacred shrine.
Let no one say the land is only landscape.
Let no one call the ancient stones just rock.
For the sacred ground of every Celtic hillside has a heartbeat and a clock.
It counts the seasons of the broken-hearted.
It measures out the healing that they need.
And when the time is right, it sends the one who's ready
to plant the love seed.
The land sent me to her.
Every stone of the sacred land has held us. Every
beside me at the standing stone,
and did not speak or ask or try.
every stone of the sacred land has led us to the love
That caught our eye. He sang to her the night before the battle, in the language of the old tongue, a melody that lived in the bones of mountains, long before the world was young.
She pressed her hands against his armored chest and memorized his heartbeat, not knowing that she'd spend the rest of time learning to exist incomplete. Remember the song, remember.
It's not a blade or shield or bone. The warrior's last song is of the woman who'll carry what he's shown. In 1,000 years this melody will echo through the village honored art. The warrior's last song was a love song, and she carries it in her heart.
The messengers came riding hard at midday, with faces made of stone, and she already knew before they spoke she'd sleep from now alone. But she walked calmly to the ancient oak and carved his name and hers there, and sang the song he'd given her into the morning air. She's singing it, she remembered.
The warrior's last song is not a battle. It's not a blade or shield or bone. The warrior's last song is of the woman who'll carry what he's shown. In 1,000 years this melody will echo through the village honored art. The warrior's last song was a love song, and she carries it in her heart. My grandmother's grandmother learned the melody from her grandmother before,
And none of us have ever known its origin,
or from what forgotten shore.
but we sing it by the fire on winter nights when the wind makes children shiver. And every time we do, something warm and old runs through us like a river. She still sings it they all sing it.
You didn't know, brave heart, that morning when you gave me that last gift, that melody would be my armor too, against every age's rift.
You arm me better with that song, my love, than any sword or standing stone. A warrior's last song, given freely, means love
is never fully gone.
It lives on, we live on.
The warrior's last song is not of battle, it's not of blade or shield or bow. Honored art. The warrior's last song was love's own song, and she carries it in her heart.
I set the
Candle in the eastern window and put your chair beside the fire, the way my mother's mother showed me when the thin place climbs higher.
The veil grows thin at Samhain, the druids always knew
that once a year the door stands open, and I can feel you through.
I smell the heather, I smell home.
Between the worlds of Samhain, the door swings wide and free, and everything that separates us bends toward what we used to be. I light the flame, I set your place, I sing your favorite air. Between the worlds of Samhain,
I know that you are there. The flame bends south, though there's no window open, a sign my mother gave, and the room grew warm with something ancient that reached across the grave.
I did not see you as my mortal eyes once knew you, but something deeper felt you there, like a living warmth that memory carries, like your hand in my hair.
She feels me, she truly feels me.
Between the worlds of Samhain, the door swings wide and free, and everything that separates us bends toward what we used to be. I light the flame, I set your I sing your favorite air between the worlds of Samhain.
I know that you are there. When Samhain closes and the dawn breaks pale, and the veil grows thicker again, I carry what remains behind, beloved, like a candle in the rain.
The scent of you on the morning air, the warmth still in your chair, the sense that love does not acknowledge the borders of despair.
I'm never far. Laugh if you like at the candle in the window.
Laugh at the table set for none.
But you have
Never loved beyond the living, so you cannot know what love has done.
The Celts did not invent these sacred nights. From nothing and from fearing,
They opened every Samhain
with a knowing
that comes from truly hearing.
she hears me. She always hears me.
Between the worlds of Samhain, the door swings wide and free, and everything that separates us bends toward what we used to be. I light the flame, I set your place, I sing your favorite air between the worlds of Samhain.
I know that you are there.
Her clan bore the rose upon their banner. Is the raven black as night? And the gods had watched them circle toward each other, like two planets pulled to light.
They loved in secret forest clearings, in the language of the sea they,
until the morning both their clans discovered what no law would let them be.
I would choose her over all of it.
Children of the raven and the rose, now the raven flies beside her, as a rose that grows on every mountain. Raven circles ever wider.
She blooms wherever he lands his shadow.
He flies wherever she grows bright. Children of the raven and the rose, inseparable through night.
They stood together at the mountain summit and called upon the old powers to give them any form to be together through the turning of the hours.
And the mountain shook with ancient laughter, and the sky grew deep and red. And when the light returned to the valley, two different things stood there instead.
What have we become?
Children of the raven and the rose. Now the raven flies beside her, as a rose that grows on every mountain. A raven circles ever wider.
She blooms wherever he lands his shadow.
He flies wherever she grows bright. Children of the raven and the rose, inseparable through nights.
You'll find them on the mountain passes where the rose grows strange and high, where a raven lands beside the bloom at twilight and doesn't leave till light.
The locals tell you it's just nature,
Just a bird, just a common flower.
but watch them closely in the evening and feel that ancient power.
This is her. I always know her.
They could not build a life in stone and timber. They could not raise a family free, but they chose the oldest transformation that the old gods offered endlessly.
And some would say they lost too much in choosing.
Some would mourn what might have been,
But the raven and the rose have been together
every season, every in-between.
every season, every one.
Children of the raven and the rose. Now the raven flies beside her, as a rose that grows on every mountain. A raven circles ever wider.
She blooms wherever he lands his shadow.
He flies wherever she grows bright. Children of the raven and the rose, together through the night. The oracle spoke the bargain plainly in the old tongue of the fillet.
Two loves must meet and then must part forever.
Or the land and people feel it.
She showed me all of it in the sacred smoke.
I saw my own face weeping.
I saw your face turn toward the northern wind.
And still I came to the meeting.
She knew. she came anyway.
The oracle's bargain is a heavy thing, heavier than stone or years.
She showed me every smile we'd share, and every one of my own tears.
But I would take the oracle's bargain, 1,000 lives the same.
For every moment loving you
Was worth the cost of pain.
I let myself love fully, love completely, every grain of given time.
Because the oracle had shown me love, that your heart was worth the crime.
Of knowing what was coming and choosing not to tell you, of stepping toward the sacred fire,
Knowing it would fail you.
she knew from the beginning.
The oracle's bargain is a heavy thing, heavier than stone or years.
She showed me every smile we'd share,
And every one of my own tears. But I would take the oracle's bargain, 1,000 lives the same.
for every moment loving you
Was worth the cost of pain.
I left you at the crossroads of the lunar side, when the harvest moon was high.
You watched me walk away from everything, too stunned at first to cry.
But the oracle's bargain was fulfilled that morning. The land grew green again.
And I carry every moment that we had
Against the coming rain, she paid the price so we could have what we had.
Do not worship me for what I gave up.
Do not call it noble choosing.
I simply loved you more than I loved keeping.
More than I loved not losing. The oracle offered me a different bargain,
One that meant I'd never find you.
and I chose the path that brought me to your arms.
Even though it left you behind me.
She chose to find me, even knowing
The oracle's bargain was a heavy thing, heavier than stone or years.
she showed me every
Smile we'd share, and every one of my own tears.
but she would take
The oracle's bargain, 1,000 lives the same. For every moment loving you was worth the cost of pain. is silver in the morning, the way it was the day you left it. The heather on the hill still purple, though decades have reset it. I've lived a life of some completion, I've loved the ones remaining, but there's an emptiness, the shape of you, that time had no retraining.
She's almost ready. She's almost crossing.
The long crossing home, the long crossing home, through the water and the mist.
I am finally making
the long crossing home to everything I've missed.
The silver path runs wide before me, and you are at the end.
The long crossing home, the long crossing home to you, my love, my friend.
The elders say the crossing isn't frightening for those who've long expected that every sea, the stone along the pathway points to the resurrected.
And I feel the pull now in my aging bones, like a tide come home at last.
And the face that fills my closing eyes is yours through all the past. She's coming across, I can see her light.
The long crossing home, the long crossing home, through the water and the mist.
I am finally making
the long crossing home to everything I've missed.
the silver path runs wide before me, and you are at the end.
The long crossing home, the long crossing home to you, my love, my friend.
Oh, the long years fall away like river water in the light that has no evening. And the arms around me are the ones I've wanted through every mortal grieving.
We walk together through the golden meadows of the world that has no ending.
And every soul we've loved is here before us, with their light toward us bending. She's here. She's finally here.
Do not weep too long beside the standing stone. Do not mourn past what is needed, for the long crossing home is not a sorrow once the old God's call is heeded.
I am telling you from the other side of morning, from the golden land of Tirnanog,
that every love you carry through your living will be waiting at the long crossing home.
we will be waiting